What's happening, everybody? If we listen, we might be able to hear the chickens. There we go. So today we've got a review for you of a power station. You guys that have been around on the channel have seen me do a bunch of power station videos over the years. I can't count how many I've done. But when the folks at VTOMAN asked me to take a look at theirs, I thought, what the heck? I looked at the statistics or the specifications on it. I liked the battery chemistry. I liked some of the features it had. So I said, yeah, let's do it. So they sent me a unit over here that we're going to talk about. These are crazy times. With things the way they are today, I'm going to cover a few features that this thing can do for you that might have you thinking twice about maybe wanting to have one around. So let's get started. Right off the top, let's do an unboxing. Stickers for your little camp refrigerator if you're out in the wild. So right off the bat, I feel the workmanship and the construction of this thing, and it's solid. I've got some of these in the past where the handles, you know, they're not going to hold up. I've had some not hold up, but this is very sturdy. They're giving you two handles to carry it, so you can grab one end and somebody else can grab the other. Make it a little easier on you. It comes in at about 32 pounds. You've got a light. I like having a light on a power station, and I like having a diffused light rather than a flashlight type light. You might need to change a tire in the dark, and you don't want to have a spot beam, you know, going everywhere. It's got ultra fast charging, so once you've drained all the power out of this thing, you can plug it into an outlet, a wall outlet, and it'll charge. I'm getting numbers such as 110 minutes, and I'm getting an hour and a half, but from completely empty to all the way full, hour and a half, that's pretty fast. You've got yourself a DC plug, so everything that operates on DC, let's say you got a little air pump that runs on DC that you bring along just in case you get a flat out in the middle of nowhere, this is how you power it. So we got that covered. Here's a couple of other little plugs they give you if you want to access power that way for the power needs that accept these little receptacles here. You've got your USB quick charge, and then the standard USBs in the case that you've got a lot of maybe some legacy things around that are still USB. I know we're all going to the USB-C, but this here is allowing you to do 4 of them simultaneously. They've given you 3 110 outlets. When we operate the 110 outlets, we're going to get a little fan kick on because we're now using a inverter to transfer the power from 12 volt to 110, 120 volts. And then over here you've got charge your battery and jumper cables. You can put jumper cables in right here, and you can get jumper cables from their website. I'll give you links to all that stuff. And of course USB-C and all your charging methods. Plug from a 110 from a wall. Here's your solar. Here's potentially your solar also. And the 12 volt would be right here. It's got 1,000 watt continuous power, but it'll also start something that takes a little bit of a surge. And the last thing I want to address in the standing here blabbing about this portion of the video is the battery chemistry. Up until now, I've only reviewed power stations that were lithium ion, such as you would find in an electric car. This chemistry is a little bit more chilled out. It is the lithium iron phosphate, and so we add the iron and the phosphate to keep it cool and keep it more stable and to give us more cycles. This is how I weighed it, by the way. All right, it's time for some real world applications of this power station. I've been talking about it. Let's see it work in action. So you're in your home, whatever it may be, and you just lost power in a storm. Your internet's out. You got a fan over here because it's in summertime, so you're using your fan once in a while, and you got a TV up here, and there's no power to it either. And there, no internet, none of it's working. Let's try to see how many things we can get back to work right here at this spot that might be critical. First and foremost, let's start with getting the internet back on. We activate the power to these AC outlets by pushing this button right here that says AC on it. There we go, AC. Fan kicks on to keep the inverter cool. Doesn't stay on the whole time, it just runs when it needs to. And now we're pulling, you see we're pulling 8 watts. And we have 21 hours. It's 84 capacity is what the battery is sitting at, but it's telling you right here, at this rate, you've got about 18 hours of power left in what you're doing. And as we add more things to the load, it's going to adjust for that. So we started at 84 rather than 100. We're still getting it. We're still booting up our, we're still booting up our internet. Let's see if we can turn our TV on. Okay, we got our TV on. Let's see about our fan. So we're grooving, and we've got another outlet here to run off into another room. Maybe we want to run a line down to the well pump so we have water until the power comes back on. We can now be in control of our power needs with or without the help of the grid. And I really like that independence personally. I'm big, you know me, I'm big on solar, and I'm big on not having to rely on the grid to provide for me the basic things like power, water, and so forth. So here we are. We've got the fan blowing on us, the TV's working, the internet's still booting up. It's probably going to take a minute. Let's go ahead and get greedy. Let's see if we can run that air conditioner on this thing, shall we? Let's do it. We're getting blocked with our plug here, but I'll tell you, 4.6 hours left in it running the air conditioner, and it's pulling 128 watts out of our 1,000. 128 watts. Okay, so here's the scene. We still have the power out, but Mom here, she needs to have a machine take a reading on her heart. How do we do it if we don't have any power? Well, the answer is right here in the VTOMAN 1000. I just bring it down here. You want to bring it up for me, please? We don't have power, so we plug it into our VTOMAN 1000. See, you got a reading here because the AC's on, and it's telling you how many hours you got with the AC on. But let's keep it on. Mom has a device that talks to the outside device to make sure everything's going good with her heart. Now this is going to take a minute to boot up, so while we're waiting for that, it so happens that we're sitting on a little refrigerator right here. The kind you'd have in your bus, your van, your shuttle bus. So let's see if we can operate it. There's our light. Come on, baby. And the refrigerator is on over here. It's at 32 degrees. With it on, let's see how long the battery's gonna give us. It's at 80% capacity, 81%. And running this refrigerator, you're gonna get 19 hours out of it. You're only pulling 18 watts, so we don't know if it's in the middle of a cycle or not. There you have it. Now it's going out and reaching home base and sending the information in with no power to the house. Now also, if you have a CPAP machine or other device, you're gonna be able to run it on this, and you wanna run it on this. Wherever you are, if you've been prescribed a CPAP machine, you should use the CPAP machine, okay? Anything else that's medical, this thing's gonna have you covered up to 2,000 watt surge, and that's an awful lot of stuff. So we proved that we could run the refrigerator with it on the 12 volt socket. We proved we could use medical equipment. I just noticed right beside me is a big old microwave. I'm doing this on the fly. I don't know what it's gonna do. Let's see. I'm gonna take a common everyday glass of water, put it in here, and we're gonna set it for 30 seconds on high, which is 3, 0. You ready? This is gonna work. It's pulling 189 watts. It's pulling 1,000 watts. Over 1,000 watts. It's still cooking the water. It's still cooking the water. 1,046 watts. Eight more seconds. All right, let's see if it did anything. I'm gonna leave it to you to tell me if this water is warm. You can just hold the outside of the cup.
Yeah, it's warm.
So you think you could have some tea with that water?
Yeah, probably.
You think you could have some noodles and have a hot meal in the case the power's out?
Maybe not quite.
Well, we only did it for 30 seconds. So you see she's telling you the real truth.
Yeah.
But it did run a microwave that was over 1,000 watts, like a champ. On full blast, by the way. We saw the watts, so why wouldn't it be? The last thing I'd like to show you is charging the unit and running something at the same time. So let's get started on that. This could be the sun. This could be the 12 volt in your vehicle, charging it. It doesn't matter. You're gonna be able to put power in and take power out at the same time using the AC. And that's a carnival trick, I'll tell you that. So we just plug it in, charge it, and then let's see if it'll run this iron. Let me turn on the AC. By the way, we can see, let me turn that on. You can see right here that it's charging at 714 watts. It's telling you, remember we talked about 700 watts before charging? Well, now it's at 714, and so it's really taking on power fast. Let's put it to the test of, earlier I was saying heat is probably the hardest thing to generate when you're using a battery. Doesn't get much hotter than this. So let's plug it in. We're going to turn my AC on. I'm going to prove that it's charging while distributing power. Let's see what this is on. Okay. So we're running right now. Before we were at 79, 78. When I was doing the other things, now we're all the way up to 84. 718 watts are coming in. And I am on nylon on this. And you're saying nylon? I've got that job interview and nylon's not going to cut it. I'm going to probably want to get some silk. No, that's setting 3. How about some polyester? But you're saying to me, all my stuff's a blend. Okay, well, number 5 is blend. Let's try that one. Or number 6 is wool. Let's try wool. We're really getting out up there on a limb with wool. We're gonna do it because we wanna knock that interviewer's socks off. We're gonna plug in the cord that was provided in the packaging to charge it. I've also got another type of 12 volt charging plug and one that's kind of an Anderson connector that you could use to plug a solar panel in up to 300 watts. So you could daisy chain or parallel a couple of different portable solar panels, or you could get yourself a 300 watt solar panel and put it up on the top of your van and run a wire down to this, and you would have a better setup than I did in 2012 with my Astro van when I just was getting started. That would be a better setup than what I started with. We won't get into what I started with. But it was cheap. It was more expensive than this. All right, so we're gonna plug it into the AC. The iron comes on immediately. And acrylic, number 1. We're fine with acrylic. I'm up to 86 just while I'm yapping. 3 is silk, but you're saying, I can't wear silk to a job interview. I don't have anything nice like that. I want to wear a blend. Number 5, a blend. We're doing a blend. to be able to cover our bases and win that job interview. So here we go. We're doing it. We're up to 700 capacity, 702 watts going out. It's showing 0.1 hours left at this rate, but it's not accurate as far as we're concerned because we're plugging in, we're charging, and the iron's working. And we got the blend. Let's go up 6. 6 is wool. Still running it. Still running it. I don't want to go pushing my luck. We're able to iron. That's the point. But you're saying to me, yeah, that's fine. I can iron my clothes and look good for the interview. But I'm not at my best unless I've had a smoothie. But the power's out. How am I going to have a smoothie with the power out? Well, you got the VTOMAN. That's how. Little Ninja in my van, you ask? Oh, we can park your little Ninja in the van. How about a Vitamix that's commercial grade that they use at the smoothie place? Certainly it's not going to be able to power that. In, on. Turn it on over here. There's pulse, there's start. How about, I want to go faster than that. How about I give it a sequence here? Over here, we'll do the sequence. I think we made our point with that. You're going to have the best smoothie of the day. You're going to have your clothes ironed for the interview. You're going to be unstoppable while your competition doesn't even have power at their house. Now for the best part. You're saying, yeah, VTOMAN's figured it out. They got a really good high quality product coming in with iron phosphate, a pass-through 110 outlet, all the bells, all the whistles, things we haven't seen before, even a little stove compartment on top, which I've never seen before. What's it going to cost me? Now, do you think that I would spend all this time going through this video if I couldn't give you a smoking deal through my good friends at VTOMAN? Here's what they're going to do. They're going to give you a $50 off discount by using the promotion code that I'm going to put in the description right now. They're also having a Father's Day event from the 7th of June to the 17th of June, where there'll be even more deals at their website. They make a lot more than just power stations, and so go check them out. I would recommend, if you want to use it as a jump starter for your car, go ahead and get that attachment. If the 32 pounds is going to maybe be an issue like it would be with me with my back, what it is, you can get the hand truck that comes with it. You can also add a battery. They've got a battery that stacks right on top of it to double the power. Power it with the sun. I mean, you just can't go wrong with this thing. And that's why I like it so much. I'm glad that they sent it to me, and I'm glad I had a chance to check it out. And so with that, I want to wish all you guys a happy Father's Day, and we'll see you again real soon. See ya. Here we are. Just got a tornado warning come up on my phone for this area, kind of like an Amber Alert, if that makes sense, or if I'm saying that right. And everything's still right now, but a warning means they've been spotted. A watch means that the conditions are right. So sure am glad we got those vitamins on hand. VTOMANs. All right, let me try it again. I look so bad when I look at my reflection and looking down like this with my neck like that. I look horrible. I look like there's no hope. And my weight's going up, by the way. I weighed 188 with my clothes on just now when I weighed myself.